It is true that we are poised at an historic juncture. Interactive media, we know from the past year, are becoming the new mainstream. But if we are to achieve this vision, you, we, and all of us will have to assume the leadership position. Now I know, because I was around back in the 70s, that that's a sight gag from the movie Animal House. That involves, anybody else know? It involves fraternities and wooden paddles and backsides. But what I'm suggesting to you is no gag. It's about our responsibility. Assuming the leadership position is about business leading through service. Tonight, the reason we're in this room is all about service. Tonight we honor those men and women in our industry who, through their commitment to the IAB, have helped our sector grow. Tonight is an illustration of a maxim I learned from one of my mentors and former IAB chairs, Wenda Harris-Millard, whom we are also honoring tonight. We must, Wenda likes to say, we must be a part of, not apart from. I've heard her say that a lot, and I've learned a lot about what it's meant. And my hope tonight is to provide you all with some ideas about how all of you can be leaders, how all of you can learn to be a part of, not apart from. There are three ways you can do this. The first way you can lead is by serving your customers. Last fall, the IAB and the management consulting firm Bain & Company released a very important study titled Building Brands Online. Based on surveys of more than 700 brand marketers, this study aimed to uncover the primary obstacles to brand marketing growth in interactive channels and to offer solutions to overcome those obstacles. Among many provocative findings, one really stood out. Brand marketers, Bain concluded, really do desire to have high-impact partnerships with their interactive media company suppliers. But our teams, unfortunately, often are not up to the task. Today, marketers told Bain, and I quote, "Many sales teams continue to use a selling approach well-suited to commoditizing their inventory. They provide limited customization or innovation in their offerings, and they often lack vertical expertise and interact with marketers too late in the media planning process to really help marketing decision makers." Those are harsh words indeed. But let's face it, we've all been there. We're often so focused on selling our own little special sauce that we don't listen to our customers' greatest need. And that's the need to build the enduring value of their brands. Now, brand is one of those words that often gets wrapped in a muslin curtain of metaphysical mumbo-jumbo. But let me suggest to you that there's nothing metaphysical about brands at all. Brand has a very simple definition. A brand is the collection of assets and capabilities that allow one company to charge and realize premium prices versus like competitors in the same category through time. A brand is what makes BMW more valuable than Saab. A brand is what makes Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo more enduring and able to charge more money than the Walgreens generic. A brand is not only about today's sale. A brand is the collection of attributes inside a company that enable it to routinely and repeatedly get more money for its goods or services year after year after year. Serving our customers is all about contributing to their ability to do that. Leading and serving our customers is about the consumer insights we can bring them that make their products better. It's about the quality of our content that creates a halo for their brands. It's about bringing them an audience that matches their services nearly perfectly. It's about customizing their ads to your audience in ways that no competitor can possibly match. Serving our customers, leading our customers, is about building their brands and their brand's value, and doing it today and tomorrow and 5 years from now. Period. That's what a brand is. That's what this industry should be doing. The second way you can lead is by rendering service to our industry. As I mentioned earlier, tonight we will honor many people whose service on IAB committees and councils and task forces have created value for our entire sector. These folks, they're sitting here in this audience. They've authored white papers, forged consensus among competitors. They've corralled case studies for publication. They've shepherded lots of things to publication. They've created guidelines and standards that take costs out of doing business. We hope that all of you will emulate them, that you'll roll up your sleeves and participate in the work we do to make our industry better. But folks, there is more still that you can do, more that you must do, for our industry is in peril. Yes, for all our growth, there are forces out there that want to destroy the interactive advertising industry. I know that sounds remarkable, a fantasy, a mythology, but honest to God, it's true. You've all heard that there are efforts underway to regulate something called online behavioral advertising. You may have paid little attention to it because you don't do behavioral advertising. Well, look again. Proposals currently making their way through Congress, the Federal Trade Commission, and state capitals would define virtually all data exchanged through interactive channels, define it all as behavioral, and place all of it under a strict regulatory regime. Under some proposals that we have seen from these government entities, as much as 70% of interactive display advertising would be regulated. Under others, all third-party ad serving would be done only with explicit consumer opt-in. Under other proposals we've seen, all locally targeted online ads, county-wide targeting, would require explicit user consent. The European Union has already declared that it intends to go further and wants to make all use of cookies in the EU opt-in by 2011. Now, why is this happening? It's happening because well-organized anti-business and anti-advertising groups have gotten the ear of regulators and politicians and purposefully inflamed fears about our industry. They have targeted the very activities, the very technologies that underlie our value proposition, the ability to deliver relevant information and entertainment to consumers who want it. The most quoted enemies of the internet make no secret that they want to take down advertising itself. One frequent FTC witness, who is quoted in every major story in the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and Ad Age, says his goal is to fully regulate, and I quote, a ubiquitous system of micro-persuasion where the potent forces of new media are being unleashed to do what? To influence our individual behavior. Among the things he's asked Congress to investigate are, and again I quote, the rapid evolution of rich media, and another quote, measures such as engagement. Now, you'd expect that such radical anti-business sentiment would be laughed out of Washington, especially in the face of a recession that's destroyed tens of millions of jobs in the United States. But you would be wrong. People like this are being listened to in Washington and in our state capitals. Why? Because our industry has been silent in the face of this organized opposition. So the first thing we should all do to lead our industry is to be silent no more. We must explain ourselves to our public. That's why the IAB launched Privacy Matters, our industry's first pro-consumer and pro-business advertising campaign. With another pro bono support, donated by Group M and the Schematic Agency, we're bringing privacy protection and the truth about data and information practices directly to the public. So far, 29 IAB member companies have donated more than 600 million impressions for this campaign, and 24 companies have contributed $400,000. I applaud these companies. They are leaders, and you should applaud them too.